Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the newspaper review here on Lagoon Radio. Uh, the time is 24 minutes to 10 o'clock, and of course, it's the Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio station powered by the Diocese of Lagos, Anglican Communion. Well, you can like and follow us on Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, on Instagram and Twitter is at Lagoonradio.Ng. For more info and entertainment, you can also listen via our website on www.lagoonradio.ng. My name is Taiwo Adiola Shabilebe, and of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I have beside me Semidele Olabisi Oke,
Yeah, good morning.
and of course, I have Abigail Nina Mba.
Bonjour.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. Et vous? If you do pass that one, that's it.
She said, et vous? Ça va bien, merci. Et vous?
Et vous? It's what
I don't want to disgrace myself.
Oh
All right, in no particular order, we have the daily assets. This Nigeria Business AM's Daily Sun, Blueprint newspaper, NigerianPilot, This Day newspaper, National Economy, the Daily Times, the New Telegraph, the Nigerian Tribune, Al Jazeera, the Leadership newspaper, and of course we have the News Direct. We try as much as possible to cover majority of the papers here today. Okay, so we'll be starting with the Daily Asset newspaper. At the very top of it, Jay's Bank records 3.3 billion naira profit before tax in the third quarter. The story is on the front page, and you can continue reading on page 2 of the paper. And boldly written on the front page, Anambra governorship election, Soludo in comfortable lead. And right under it says a defeat Andy Uba Ozigbo in their local government area. ANEC reschedules Iyala local government area polls for Saturday. The stories is on the front page, and you can also continue reading on page 2 of the paper. Right beside it, group seek daily asset partnership for nation building. Page 4, federal government moves against illegal rice importation through land borders. The story is on page 2. Buhari congratulates Ata Igala on coronation, salutes Alao at 80. The story is also on page 4 of the daily asset. New Plateau CP promises professionalism in crime fighting. The story is on page 7. Foundation targets 50,000 youth for employment in 4 years. I don't know the particulars of this, but I don't know. The thing I've not reached my site. But the story is there. Bandits killed 2 of 66 abducted Baptist worshippers. The story is on the front page. Wow. You can continue reading on page 2 of the daily asset. And the very bottom of it, 36 Josu for judges, Kadi's post in Jigawa, page 2 as well of the daily asset newspaper.
Moving on to this Nigeria, right at the top of this Nigeria, construction workers desert high rise in Lagos after 21-story building collapse. You can get out on page 3 of this Nigeria papers, and we still read that this morning about the 21-story high-rise building that collapsed at Ikoyi. I think that was last week. It's a week now. Wow. Though we had survivors, but majority have been pronounced dead. So then foreign rice flood Lagos markets despite ban. Is this a good news, really? Christmas is
Are you sure it's foreign? Are you sure it's the foreign?
Or
Not
is the
Abba foreign.
Or
Not
is the
Abba
bleached-
foreign, because
Plastic rice.
Or is the bleached Nigerian rice? I don't know. But according to this Nigeria papers on page 7, foreign rice flood Lagos market despite ban. And right under that, as federal government agencies partner to curb importation. Please, me I not do that too. Am I speaking for myself? I'm speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for everybody. Hey, please don't do that. Don't ban foreign rice too. There are some of us that eat that foreign rice we used to eat too. We used to eat oh God rice too. Okay.
Traditional God rice.
Yeah,
again.
because during the period this importation was banned and we were eating this Niger rice or something.
Stone.
It's
Stone rice.
everything.
I didn't know you could pick rice the way you pick beans.
Oh, exactly.
Like you literally had to select the rice because hey, just yeah.
And the stone you will pick will look like the rice.
That's the thing.
The
You
same size, exactly.
it
the
looks
same
like
size.
rice, but if you do mistake
stone.
and bite it, by the time you have done cooking, oh Lord.
Well, Koinsala just
Your
joining on the
teeth
show.
will hate.
Koinsala, good morning. That's
Morning.
Koinsala Lao.
Miski. So, still on this Nigeria, boldly retain Anambra governorship election. It's Abgaz Soludo, and right under that, amid a bypass glitch, ex-CBN governor in clear lead. Wow. APC calls for cancellation, alleges widespread fraud.
Of course.
Then, still on this Nigeria, Sarah urges court to stop Buhari from spending 26 billion naira on travels and meals. 26
What are
billion
they
naira.
what are
Is
they
it by
eating?
year?
What are they eating?
Even me self that I'm eating 100 naira apple per day. I'm fat.
What are they eating?
Then,
They used to kill cow daily for the president. You know, based on who he is. You know, but yeah, they will kill cow, kill ram, kill all of those. It's not that you finish eating by himself. He's a giver. President is a giver. When they kill all those things, now, they will, it has the heart of the people.
because of who you are. Then lastly on this Nigeria, revisit 2014 confab report before 2023, says editorial. Can get the full details on page 3 of this day paper, these Nigeria papers.
All right, so moving on to Business AM. Nigeria export onions on poor storage amid supply shortage. Does that mean we don't have onion or we have onion? I don't understand. But you can find that, okay, right under that says farmers avoiding post-harvest losses, investment in storage facility low, exports through border with Niger Republic to Ghana, Togo, Burkina Faso, Senegal, South Africa. These are the places that we import or export onions to. Okay, you can read up more on that on page 2 of the Business AM. Group task Buhari to deliver on COP26 micro hydropower advice, offers blueprint for actualization, experts offers to lead implementation. All of those can also be found on page 2. CBN hammer falls on 12 banks. CBN hammer. Okay. Okay, you can check if you want to see the hammer that fall on 12 banks and the banks that hammer hit. They are all on page 3. Finance and investment, Dangote, MTN, BUA rule West Africa. That's some good news that can also be found on page 11. Energy, power and renewable. Indorama puts $3 billion in Nigerians GDP. That can be found on page 26. Transcorp Hotel raises profile bar at 149%. That's on page 22. And the business thing is plenty. Wait.
It's a summary. It's actually a summary.
Commodity coconut for economic growth. You can find out what coconut has to do with economic growth on page 24.
I'm very
And,
sure they say we should come and be selling coconuts.
You brand it yourself.
Okay, I think that's how much I can take on this. This thing is too much. That's how much I can take.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on to Daily Sun newspaper, Ijaw youth ex-militants roar like lions in the wilderness.
Who did
And
that?
it says, don't test resolve of Niger Delta people. They tell federal government. Demand probe of invasion of Odili's residents. You can read up more on page 7 and 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Serap wants courts to stop Buhari from spending 26 billion naira on travels and meals. Others. You can read up more on page 7 of the Daily Sun newspaper, which is a recurring story. Major headline here says federal government moves to stop cross-border rice imports.
I don't know. Sorry, on this rice import thing, right? I know, you know, when they recently closed border and we had the army arresting some people who were smuggling rice from Cotonou into Nigeria with nylon bag. I said, they put rice.
Yeah.
Like, I want the recover. It was fun. It didn't make any sense. They were putting rice, tying it in small nylon, putting it on their body. And I'm like, what's going on? Anyways, they have started again.
You can read up more of that on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Anambra, Soludo ex-CBN governor in landslide victory. And it says sweeps in 18 local government areas, including Ondi Uba, Osigbo. Ifeanyi Uba wins Nehiwi Court. PDP takes Ugbaru. 14 results sheet carted away in the Mili South local government.
No be today.
Coalition officer. No election in Yala local government area.
It's inconclusive.
Coalition officer as APC chairman rejects results. You can read up all of these on page 8 and 13 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Nigeria needs peace at home, respect abroad to make progress, says Ayim. Wins Zig Prize. You can read up more of these on page 26. Professorial job. ASU panel clears Patami and Futo. You can read up more on page 7. NDLEA naps drug dealers behind London-bound multiple consignments. And right under that says intercept cocaine myth going to UK. Page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And we can find by the side the list of the results of the Anambra gubernatorial election that was recently held. And finally, Governor Umahi, deputy PDP, defend defection to APC in court, November 24th. You can read up on page 3 of the Daily Sun newspaper. That is it.
Thank you very much. I'm moving on to the Blueprint newspaper. NITEL/MTEL pensioners appeal to Buhari over 7-month arrears. This
And
you
they are
can
using
find on
26 billion to use.
to eat and travel
And other things.
and miscellaneous. This story you find on page 19. NIMASA issues advisory to forestall maritime threats, stowaways. Page 24 of the Blueprint newspaper. Restructuring the way to go. Arewa youths declare. The story is on the front page and you can continue reading on page 6. Bandits killed 2 abducted Kaduna Baptist worshippers. Injure 3. Page 18 of the paper and boldly written on the front page. Anambra 2021. Soludo inches close to Anambra government house. And right down there it says APGA wins 17 local government. YPP, PDP won a peace. Most peaceful election, says police.
Of course. She just where they're giving it for 400 naira.
With malt.
They've even increased. Maybe it was 200 naira before.
And if us paying
With 1
me,
can malt.
what's
It was obviously peaceful.
it was peaceful.
What do
Is
you
that
expect?
is these people going that collect 400 that will follow us to be shouting government is bad.
bad.
God will catch them. That
Amen.
400 I will choke them.
Are you praying for them?
I'm just saying, man.
Coalition officers claims. Coalition officer claims signing result under duress.
What kind of duress is
They have come. I thought it was peaceful. Nah.
So NCDC core members lauded over conduct. All this you find on page 6. And Pantamis killed 6 others in Futo to become Professor Hasu. Tells university to slam legal action on blackmailers. This you can find on page 5 of the paper. Missing fan staff engineer Musa's corpse found floating on Lagos Canal.
How did you recognize the person in the camera?
After swelling up.
Yeah, they always, of course.
There'll always be a
identify
particular
the
way
person.
to identify.
Well, you can find the story on page 5. Poverty. Couple in police nets for killing, burying their 2 babies in Osun.
How is that poverty?
Was it not last week we read about a wife that kidnapped the husband because the husband is stingy?
That one is understandable. That one is understandable.
How is that?
It's a different matter compared to killing and burying their
Yeah,
own child
this
in the
is-
name
this
of
is-
poverty.
this is
As
mean.
how?
Sure, it's not
If a man is stingy, you can, sometimes
Is
you
it the
can.
children that's asking them to be
I
born?
don't understand. Did they ask to be born? That's so. Stop. It's like when you're always blaming
There
the
was
devil.
another
for
case like
living
this.
poverty.
I think the woman killed 2 of her girls or probably threw them away because she doesn't have money to take care of them. Like, why can't you take your own life and let them live their life?
Exactly.
These children are just we talked about it last. Leave these children 2 years old and about 4 or 5
Their
years old.
orphanages, go and
Kill
drop
yourself.
them there.
Then you
Go
can
and
if
drop
you
them.
think death is the next thing, suicide is the next thing, you can kill yourself.
I don't say you
Take
kill
them to the
yourself.
orphanage. No
Why
orphanage. Or
Because if you
you
kill
just drop
yourself,
them there
Suicide
and
is
forget
a crime.
about them.
Suicide is a crime in Nigeria. They will say arrest your body.
It's not actually, if you look at, they may be afraid because not all orphanages are even collect.
No, they won't even know. Drop them at the gate
Just
and
drop
go.
them and go.
Don't identify yourself. They will carry the child.
It's
Take
just
care of
it's
them.
just
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. These people have evil mind. They are evil. They are the devil incarnate in human form. Because it makes no sense.
Now, the story is on page 18 of the Blueprint newspaper. Analyst lauds CBN's 100 for 100 policy. Caution on headwinds. The story is on page 24. And lastly, MTN shares its 6-year high, gets nod on mobile money license.
That is
This
back.
you can find on page
What
24.
people don't understand about the license that's been given to MTN and Airtel is that Nigerian banks are going to be on the run for their money.
Yeah.
Like, banks are going to become useless to Nigerians very soon
Very,
because
very soon.
these mobile networks now have they have money. They are not doing Nigeria with MTN is not even from Nigeria. They have money. If they decide to become a financial institution in their own level, forget bank. Bank could be selling maybe it's POS. So they are in trouble. They better sit up. Anyways,
Okay, moving on to Nigerian Pilot. On sports, Ndidi returns. Iheanacho misses. Lookman denied by VAR. Okay, then at the top of Nigerian Pilot, Rivers says state has broken new grants in healthcare delivery. Can get that on page 12 of the Nigerian Pilot. 6 more persons rescued as death toll in Ikoyi collapsed building hits 42.
as for 2 bodies have been recovered so far and more.
I read 44 this morning.
Yeah, I've seen 50. The day happen. Somebody posted 50, but I say it will be calming down, no. But whichever, it's an unfortunate incident.
It's very unfortunate.
Shebi Lagos State governor did 3 day. Say we should mourn for 3 days.
They've left that. They've stopped going to that place.
No, I mean the Lagos State governor, His Excellency said that we should do 3 day mourning. Have we started?
They finished.
They finished.
You mourn from the comfort of your home or from
And that's
work
what me
or
I wanted
anywhere.
to clarify. Is that we should stay in our house and mourn? I mean we should mourn.
National money.
3 day money. And now it's a statewide money.
whether you like it or not. If others
Have
are
we
while
started
others are
money?
money, you have to come here.
I don't have a
And
problem. No, we're all money.
Abigail wants to use that too. She wants to abscond. She's not staying away from work. She wants to abscond.
I want to one proper. I used to like to know.
You do
Or
things
not
the way it
the-
should be done, right?
Yes.
And I invited you when I lost my way to come and work. So you can get the full story on page 13 of the Nigerian Pilot. Soludo floors them in Anambra election.
Result has not come completely. They're already praising. It will shock them. APC is going to court. And I said it will shock. They should be calming down. No, they're not gonna give the man excitement now. He will just collapse.
But later they will not be saying.
Is it
something
conclusive? By the time they go to court, court says it's APC that win. He will just he should calm down. No. But the way they are hyping him
No,
now.
yeah, that's something about politics. You hype,
You can-
you overhype, and if it turns, they will hype. They will still keep hyping. No, So the right under that, I've got candidate and former CBN governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo in a landslide victory, wins in 17 out of 19 local government areas so far declared by INEC. And the rider says PDP, YPP won a local government
They
each.
share it.
INEC declares no election in Ihala local government. Please, why are the people from Ihala local government? I have
Why are you
friends from
looking
that
at me?
place.
It's the way you are
These
looking
are local government,
I'm from
Abigail.
Anambra State.
I don't even know where to look at.
But they are your people now.
Okay, well, let my people go.
Okay, still on Nigerian pilot. 17 persons murdered in sleep at Amudai Film, Ebonyi State.
They
Can get
murdered
that on
17.
page 5
Why
of
they were
the
sleeping?
Nigerian pilot.
So
They were
one person
murdered
out
in
of 17
sleep.
could not wake up.
Do you know if it's the same household?
Or do you even know if I think there's this part that they used to blow.
Everybody
Everybody will just sleep off. So it could be really, and it could be a one-on-one thing. Or only God knows. Okay, INEC disenfranchised over 250,000 voters in Anambra. Civil society group said that. Can get that on page 6 of the Nigerian pilot. Pray for Imo State. Governor Uzodinma begs Christians.
there are people
Get
that
that on page 12.
people that used to deserve spiritual flogging. This governor is one of them.
Honestly.
He deserves that. Don't touch him physically. Go and deal with him in the spiritual force. Like, you come outside and be displaying. You be wondering what's doing. It's not okay. It's not only pray for Imo State.
I from Imo State.
I'm not for Imo State, but you say that my people. I'm claiming them.
Sorry. Still on Nigerian pilot. NASA accuses Akpabio of non-execution of projects in Niger Delta. Can get that on page 6 of the Nigerian pilot. Serap urges court to stop Buhari from spending 26 billion naira on travel, meals, and others. NNPC steps into global liquefied natural gas market after 22 years.
Welcome back.
They should do a beg. This is that gas is going for. They should. If that is going to help our
The
ministry.
situation exactly.
Please,
Now. The
please.
rate of
They
gas.
And right at the bottom of Nigerian pilot, whistleblowing group asks court to recover 29.3 trillion naira from NNPC external auditors.
Where they
That's
used
on
to
page
call
12.
this money. Where they used to come trillion.
Abigail, go and start blowing
Ma.
whistle.
Hey.
Then there's a
Money day.
picture. There's a picture boldly. There's a picture at the front of the Nigerian pilot from Right African under 10 chess champion Deborah Quickpen, Bayelsa Governor Senator Diri and his deputy Lawrence. I think the girl's face looks familiar. I really don't. Yeah.
I think that's much you can take on the newspaper review because of our time. You have something for us, Abigail?
No, it's the way you just said. It's like it's okay. Let's go.
We've got some papers that we've not touched, but I
Right,
hope
but
you're
time
able
is
to
not
get
on
like
our
the
side.
news direct.
Yeah.
If you can lay your hand on the leadership newspaper, Al Jazeera, Nigerian Tribune, New Telegraph, and of course the Daily Times, National Economy, this day newspaper.
I think all newspapers,
Yeah,
most of them
carries
are
the
Anambra polls and all
Anambra
that.
election and all that.
And
Well,
26 billion naira on meal and travel.
okay, thank you very much for being a part of the newspaper review, which comes up every day from 9:30 to 10 o'clock here on Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio station, powered by the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, on Instagram and Twitter is at Lagoonradio.Ng. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you to my co-hosts, to everyone in the studio. Thank you very much. Simidele, okay. The two ladies in yellow.
Yeah, great timekeeper.
I wanted to wear
Since
yellow and
you
black
want to-
today.
Since you want to do a vote of 10, let's help you continue.
Coming right at 10 is the Moment of Truth by the Venerable Henry Adelegon. Good morning once again.
Twali.
This is Lagoon Radio.